Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today I'm doing a highly requested video where I swatch and compare and just show you guys all of the Kaleidos highlighters. Now I will say the only highlighter that I don't own from Kaleidos is the reformulated Mars Melter. Here's a picture of it right here. It's very different from the OG one, so unfortunately that's the only one I don't have with me to swatch with you guys, but I own every single one other than that one. Also, another disclaimer, all of these highlighters except for the Prophecy one were sent to me in PR. This is the only one that I purchased with my own money. However, this is not sponsored by Kaleidos. They don't know that I'm making this video, but just so you know, I did get sent most of these in PR. So I'm gonna give y'all swatches, comparisons between the formulas, because I find that there are quite a few different formulas within the Space Age highlighters. Also, another thing to note, I'm just using Ray Rider as an example, they have updated the packaging. So you can see in this one, there is this cardboard insert here that you can take out. However, in the repackaged versions, these are actually metal on the inside, which is really nice and luxurious actually. And I believe they have repackaged Ray Rider to look a little bit different than this. And I think also this one, Moon Cruiser, is also repackaged to have that nice soft touch packaging, which I do prefer the soft touch packaging over this like metallic chrome because it just looks a bit more uniform with the rest of the highlighters. All of the highlighters retail for 14 US dollars each, and this is the amount in pounds. I don't remember off the top of my head. However, Prophecy is the only highlighter that is a different price. This is actually a lot more expensive. It's 36 US dollars, and this is the price in pounds down here. However, when we talk about this one, you will see how unique it is. I personally think it is worth that full price. I mean, this is the one that I bought with my own money. But yes, let's get on into the swatches and talk about the formulas. Now, I find that there are 4 different formulas among the Space Age highlighters. We have the standard metallics, which include Star Surfer and Ray Rider. We have the more smooth duochromes, which include the OG Mars Melter, Comet Catcher, and Solar Sailor. We have the high shine sparkly highlighters as well, and this includes Diamond Dasher, Moon Cruiser, Skywalker, and Laser Glazer. And the final formula is the multichrome highlighter. But let's start with the standard metallic highlighters first. These ones are the most natural on the cheeks, and these colors aren't super unique. I will say that if you wanted to try Kaleidos highlighters but you're not super into colorful highlighters, these are the 2 most neutral options, and the finish is very comparable to Ofra highlighters and what other ones? Like Juvia's Place highlighters too. But this one is Ray Rider right here. This is one of my favorite natural toned highlighters. This is like a nice neutral champagne, and you can see on my finger that it is very smooth. And I'll actually swatch these on my hand right here so you can see them better. But as you can see, that is Ray Rider right there. It's very smooth, but still very metallic and pretty high shine. The base color is quite a nice champagne tone. If you're super fair, this will not work for you because the base color is fairly strong. I can get away with it though. I'm just a light skin tone with olive undertones. This one right here is Star Surfer. This is like an icy pink highlighter, and you can see on my finger that it is a lot more icy than Ray Rider. This right here is Star Surfer. It is a lot lighter than Ray Rider and more cool toned because it's pink. I find that all the Kaleidos highlighters are very long wearing on the skin. I have oily skin. They don't emphasize any texture either. At the end of the video, I will swatch all of them on my arm so you can see them all together. But for now, we're just gonna go category by category. The next formula are the smooth duochromes, and these don't really have that strong of a base color to them. However, if you have a deeper skin tone, they may leave a slight white cast on you, but I can't really speak on that. So if you have a deeper skin tone, let us know in the comments down below what you think of these highlighters if you own them. Let's start with the OG Mars Melter. This one has a pinky red duochromeness to it. That's what it looks like on the finger right there. You can see the white base to it. It is slightly transparent, but there is a white base. And this right here is the OG Mars Melter. You can kind of see the red shift in it. This next one right here is one of my favorites. This is Solar Sailor. I like to describe this as pure sunshine in a highlighter. It's got the white base, but it shifts to bright yellow. This highlighter with a yellow blush, perfect. Hopefully you can see the yellow shift on my finger. This is one of the most unique highlighters in my opinion. And that right there is Solar Sailor. Wow, just look at that. The final one in this duochrome lineup is Comet Catcher. Now I will say this is my least favorite highlighter out of all the Kaleidos highlighters. This is a white base with a fuchsia pink sheen. You can see in this close-up that it has hard pan on it, but this one always gets hard pan on it. I believe they may have reformulated because I have a few friends that own the newer version of this, the one with the metal packaging on the inside, and they say that they don't get any hard pan in it and it is still quite bright. This one I find, this is from the original launch, It's not very bright on the cheeks, it's quite dull, and when you see it in the swatch, it's just nothing special. Just so you know, I am rubbing into this. Do you see that on my finger? Like, you can see that it's gotten hard pan. Now, I will say that Solar Sailor can get a little bit of hard pan, but you can still pick it up easily. That's what Comet Catcher looks like on my finger. Yes, I rubbed my finger in very, very aggressively, and there's still barely any on my finger. That's a swatch of Comet Catcher. Do you see how it's not that bright? I believe the reason they discontinued the original Mars Melter is because it was so similar to Comet Catcher, and I will agree that these two are very similar. However, I didn't like the original formula of Comet Catcher. However, like I mentioned, they did update the formula on Comet Catcher, so you can still get that nice, beautiful pinky duochrome sheen. But since I have the original formula, it's just not that great. Most of these, I believe they didn't change the formula, but Mars Melter and this one, I know are the ones that they did change the formula. They also reformulated Raid Rider as well, but I find that there is literally no difference. At least in the swatch pictures that I've seen, there's no difference. The penultimate category are definitely my favorite formula, and these are the high shine sparkly ones. Skywalker and Moon Cruiser don't have that much of a base color to them, whereas Laser Glazer and Diamond Dasher do, but these are super high shine, really sparkly on the cheeks. If you don't like a sparkly highlighter, then these are definitely not for you. But let's start off with my favorite of the Space Age highlighters, and this is Skywalker. As you can see, I've got a nice dip in mine and some pan. This is an iridescent blue sparkly highlighter, and I fucking love iridescent blues. They're my favorite highlighter to wear. Now, as you can see on my finger, you can see the blue shine, but there isn't much of a base color to it. And because there's not much of a base color, I think this could work on multiple different skin tones, and as you can see, that is Skywalker. It is fucking beautiful. When I move my wrist out of the light, you can't really see it, but when I put it in the light, you can see the blue sheen. But yeah, this is my favorite of the highlighters. If you were thinking of just getting one, Skywalker is my personal favorite. Now we're moving on to Moon Cruiser. I know a lot of people think that Moon Cruiser and Skywalker are the same. They're very similar, don't get me wrong, but they're not the same. This one is a purple to cobalt blue duochrome sparkly highlighter. This is Moon Cruiser on my finger. Not much of a base color either. And this is the swatch of Moon Cruiser. As you can see, Moon Cruiser has a more purple undertone. Skywalker is strictly blue, but Moon Cruiser shifts from purple to blue. So if you want more dimension, then I'd say go for Moon Cruiser, but Moon Cruiser shows up more purple on me. I like both of them. I see the appeal in having both of them, but I know a lot of people who may not be super into iridescent highlighters may just pick one or the other. So just pick the one that appeals to you the most. Now we're moving on to another one of my favorites, and I'm actually wearing this on my cheeks right now. This is Diamond Dasher. This is a peachy gold sparkly highlighter. This one does have more of a base color to it, like a pinky champagne. And this is Diamond Dasher swatched out. It is so pretty. It's very sparkly, and you're not going to be able to see the duochromeness on camera, but from your angle it looks peachy pink, and then from this angle that I'm looking at, it's bright gold. Now I'm moving on to the discontinued one, and I am so fucking sad this is discontinued. Laser Glazer. I think they did say it on their Instagram, but they didn't sell well of this one because it is a bright green highlighter. However, this is the most unique highlighter that I've ever come across, and I really feel like this could work for almost every single skin tone. The only people that I don't see this working for is if you have a really, really fair skin tone, but this seriously can work on so many different people because the base color, as you can see right there, is a rose gold. It's rose gold to bright green. I won't harp on this one for too long because you can't get it anymore. I'll try and find dupes for you guys, but I don't have any on hand. If anyone has any dupes of Laser Glazer, leave them in the comments below so we can share with the group. That's what it looks like on the finger. And then right here is Laser Glazer. Oh, that is beautiful. And those are all of the sparkly highlighters from Kaleidos. We have Laser Glazer, Diamond Dasher, Skywalker, and Moon Cruiser. And last but certainly not least, we have the Prophecy highlighter. This is the famous multichrome highlighter from Kaleidos, and fucking hell, the high price point, yes, it's a bit more expensive, but honestly, this is so worth it. It doesn't really look like anything special in the pan. However, this goes from yellow to green to peach to orange. And you can see on my finger, the texture is very different. I didn't want to put it in the duochrome category because this one is a bit thicker and has more of a base color to it. And I couldn't really put it in the sparkly highlighter category because it's not just a sparkly one. It's kind of all of them mixed together. And I'll actually swatch this on this part of my hand right here so you you can hopefully see the multichrome nature of it. But this is a swatch of the Prophecy highlighter. Holy shit. So from your angle, you're seeing the peach and the yellow, and from my angle, I'm seeing the green. I'm actually gonna take out my phone camera and record so you can see. I think I was able to capture it in the video, but this is magnificent. This is essentially a Terra Moon's Iridescent Chameleon in a highlighter, and this looks beautiful on the cheeks, because usually when I wear it, when I look face forward, you can see the orange and the peach, but when I turn my head, you can see the bright green. It is such a unique highlighter. I think everyone can benefit from having this in your collection, even if you don't use this as a face highlighter that often. It's beautiful all over the lid and beautiful as an inner corner. It's just, this is a must-have in my personal opinion. So which are the highlighters that I personally recommend that you pick up from Kaleidos? Now, while I recommend all of them except for the original formula of Comet Catcher, but you can't get it anymore, so anyways, the ones that I find are the most unique and the ones that I reach for the most are the Prophecy highlighter, Solar Sailor, Skywalker, although blue highlighters aren't super unique anymore, but this is my favorite blue highlighter out of all the ones that I've tried, the OG Mars Melter, Laser Glazer, even though you can't get this anymore, and Diamond Dasher. This is my personal favorite neutral highlighter because it's not really a neutral, but I reach for Diamond Dasher over Ray Rider and Star Surfer. So out of all the ones that are currently available, these are my top favorites. Now, I do love the other ones that I have, it's just that these are like my holy grails. Kaleidos' highlighters are my favorite in my collection. I own quite a few highlighters, and these are the ones that I recommend the most. If you're looking for indie highlighters, even if you're not looking for indie highlighters, if you're just looking for some good fun colored highlighters, Kaleidos has you covered. Now to wrap up this video, let me swatch all of them for you. First is Comet Catcher. As you can see, it barely shows up. Then we have the OG Mars Melter. Also, I will be building up these swatches just so you can see the color nicely. Next is Star Surfer. After that, we have Diamond Dasher. They look very similar on camera right here, but trust me, they're a lot more different. Then we have Ray Rider. Now we're moving on to Solar Sailor. As you can see, this one has a very strong yellow shift. Next to that one, we have Prophecy. And you can see the yellow sheen there, but this one is the most unique since it is a multichrome. Then we have the discontinued Laser Glazer. This is Skywalker. And finally we have Moon Cruiser. But with all of that said and done, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully this was helpful to you if you were curious about the Space Age highlighters and you were unsure which one to try next. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then follow me on my Instagram. It's Beauty by Skye right here. I post all of my looks there and a bunch of fun makeup stuff, and right now I'm actually doing a series where you draw my eyeliner. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. And as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.